Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube page, Elite Fitness. Today we're going to introduce HR. He's one of the trainers at my gym. He's been powerlifting experience, dates back 30 years maybe?
Close to it.
And he's been coaching for 20 years. He's a great coach and a great trainer. So he's going to give you guys some advice on how to deadlift and the importance of deadlifting.
Okay, the very first thing I'm going to say is, even though I was a powerlifter for a number of years myself, most of the folks I train now are just general fitness people. I have some athletes, I have some soccer moms, I have quite a few seniors, and that's one of the most rewarding groups I get to work with, because getting stronger makes a huge difference in their quality of life. The thing I want to say about deadlifting is Footwear Matters. This is basically a trail running shoe. Probably a good shoe for running in. It's not a great lifting shoe. It's an especially poor weightlifting shoe for a couple reasons. First off, it's squishy, it's padded, and it's designed to reduce your impact. The problem with using that to lift in is the squishiness contributes to an unstable ankle, and you're not going to be able to produce force into the floor nearly as efficiently. Also, for the deadlift, this shoe has a heel on. It's going to raise you up a little bit, and actually going to have to bend your back over. If you have a really long-legged person, it's going to put their back in a worse position than a more minimalist shoe. I have a wrestling shoe on. That's great for deadlifting. My friend Kenzie actually has a pair of lifting shoes on, our demonstrator, and either one of those is fine. You don't need to run out and buy a $200 pair of shoes to lift in. Louis Simmons, who just passed away, famous strength coach, said, don't have a $100 shoe and a 10-cent squat. You can go in your sock feet is a good way to go. Any Chuck Taylor's good. Any shoe without a big raised up squishy heel is going to be fine. Okay. I'm actually going to take Kenzie through and have her do a set of deadlifts. I teach the deadlift in 5 steps, and it's basically a starting strength deadlift. Or Mark Ripito, Barbell Logic, teaches it the same way. I didn't invent very many things, maybe mix some of it together like a mulligan stew, but if you want to read more in depth how to do this style of deadlift, the Starting Strength book by Mark Ripito, the blue book, is a great read. But we're going to take Kenzie through a 5-step deadlift. Very first thing that we want to do with Kenzie is make sure we put the bar in the right spot. And I talking about the shoe is about applying force, and you're going to apply force most efficiently through the middle of your foot. Okay? If something's out in front of you, you can't apply force very well. If it's behind your back, you can't apply force very well either. In fact, the most dangerous way to lift something is way out in front. If you're lifting something heavy, if you can't get on the outside of it, you want to get as close to as you can. So you want to get close to this deadlift bar. So the first thing I'm going to do is get Kenzie aligned where her shins are about an inch away from that bar. The bar is basically going to be over the middle of her foot. It looks like it's towards the front of her foot, but she can't see the back of her foot. That's the middle of her whole foot if I look at her from the side. If you have a pair of lifting shoes or a pair of deadlifting shoes on that you're using, right over the bow is a good place to start. Okay. Once she's established this position, we've gone to all this trouble to make sure Kenzie's in the right spot. So the most important rule is the bar doesn't get to move. Okay, because we've gone to all this trouble to put over her foot, and she doesn't get to move her feet. So step 1 is stance, and you want the same stance every time. You replicate this stance, you're going to be able to replicate the deadlift. The second thing I'm going to get Kenzie to do is hinge down to the bar by shoving her backside back as far as she can. She's going to grab the bar, she's going to hold it in place. Like I said, we don't want the bar to move. Okay? Her back is not in a great position here, but sometimes, don't do anything yet, Kenzie. To get your back in a good position, you want to see what a bad position feels like. So first step is stance, second step is grip. She's going to hold that bar in place. Now she's going to set her back angle. She's going to take her shin to the bar, right? That's going to put her hip in a good position where it's as high as she can get it, but still keep the bar over the center of her foot and keep her back straight. Now, the hard step on the deadlift is step number 4. What Kenzie is going to do is, without dropping her butt, she's going to squeeze her chest up as high as she can. Squeeze it up higher than that. She's going to cover her armpits with her elbows, or show the inside of her elbows to her coach. She's going to pull the side of the bar, pull up to the clit. She's going to take a big breath and push the floor. Okay. On the second, third, fourth, however many does she's going to do, the steps are a little bit simpler. She's going to breathe, posture, and pick it back up. Let this one get in front of you. Let it get a little bit in front of you. Now, okay, I said the bar doesn't move on the first rep. That's only on the first rep. The bar's gotten away from her midfoot. So the way she's going to correct that, she's going to use her lats and row the bar back against her shins. Then she's going to breathe. She's going to posture. She's going to push the floor hard. She's going to finish by locking her shoulders back. That's a good looking deadlift. Nice job, Kenzie. Thank you.
Right, guys, I think HR explained that deadlift perfectly. He's a total expert in that field. Glad to have him at the gym. If you want to check out more videos like that, we're going to be posting a lot more. So please subscribe. That's the main thing. Subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.